The owl's understanding. The hawk said to the owl, "When I look at you, I see that you have a strange shape, a small beak on your round face. Wearing a black hood and a hemp overcoat, you look like a tengu from an island of pygmies. Although you have large eyes, you're blind as a bat during the daytime and could not even recognize the orb of the sun. You loiter about and are laughed at by the other birds, but you crouch in the thickets by night, catch half-sleeping little birds and eat them. Sometimes you're used by a bird hunter as a decoy and are either attached to a pole or tied to a string. This too causes the other birds dawdling about nearby to laugh. Miserable bird. Of all the 48 kinds of hawks, I think you must be the most pathetic. I break into a sweat just thinking about you." The owl turned its head and retorted, "Lord Hawk, you are greatly mistaken. Between heaven and earth there are those who fly in the sky, those who live in trees, those who run on land, and those who swim in the water. There are those who are beautiful and those who are unpleasant to look at. But each and every one of them received the command of the Creator and was born. It is not as though they had their own choice. If a person could pick physical freedom as he wished, would anyone choose to be handicapped in any way? That I look strange and have eyes that cannot see during the day is the nature allotted to me by heaven. How could I be exempt from what the Creator has done? Moreover, the long-tailed maggot makes its home in a pile of shit, while the pinworm lives in a dust heap, and they think of these places as palaces and towers. A snake has no legs, while the earthworm has no eyes or nose. One can see, however, that they get along quite competently. Each and everything given birth by the Creator has been granted food and a lodging place that will not cause it problems. To go beyond itself and envy other beings would be turning its back on heaven. Though my eyes cannot see during the day, they can see quite efficiently with the coming of night. I look for a suitable meal and never go hungry. Although the little birds think I have a strange shape and laugh at me, it's nothing to get mad about, and no matter how much they laugh, it doesn't bother me at all. It's just being laughed at. I do no harm to people's habitations like kites and crows, nor am I praised by men like wild geese and mandarin ducks. Neither am I something to be sought out and captured. From time to time, I am taken by a bird hunter and attached to a pole, and even though I'm shown to the little birds and laughed at, it's not as though the man bears a grudge against me or hates me. Moreover, it's not as though he's cross-gained or doing something out of mischief. He just does this to attract and catch small birds. It is inevitable that being present in this world involves humility. As for the mouse, when I kill one and I'm about to eat it, I just sit down to my meal without going to any great lengths. On the other hand, when I don't need a meal, I give the mouse a break and don't go chasing after it. You, sir, are a hawk, and according to your nature are high-spirited, have beautiful carriage, and are a bird endowed with dignity. You rest on the fist of a feudal lord or someone entitled, and are different from those birds that make up the meals on the common run. Thus, when you go out into the fields, the pains you must take to capture other birds are far more severe than mine. And even if you capture a bird, it is by no means your own. If you encounter a large bird, you could be downed in a fight and unexpectedly poked in the chest by an incompetent veterinarian, hawk specialist, and thus brought to an untimely death. To have my talons bound and to live in a bird cage would be the same for me. Take this single tree. They could cut it down and make half of it into an even into an incense tray, decorate it with lacquer, or decorate it with lacquer set. Take this single tree. They could cut it down and make half of it into an incense tray, decorate it with lacquer set with gold or silver filigree, and set it in an alcove of an aristocratic or man of high rank as a tasteful ornament. The other half they could make into wooden clogs for stepping through the mud. When you look at the two different shapes, one is admired while the other is considered mean, but they're the same in terms of the cutting down of a living tree. A nearby bird called the chogenbo overheard this conversation. Feeling sorry for the owl, it said, "When I look at you, I cannot say that your shape is elegant, but you have a head. You have a tail, you have wings, you have feet, you have ears, a nose, and a beak. You are equipped with the entire body of a bird, so we cannot say that you are handicapped. Though your eyes don't see during the day, it is bright enough at night for you to catch fleas. When I look at the many different kinds of birds, the kite is unkempt and full of lice, the spoonbill's beak is nothing like that of other birds, and furthermore the shapes are disgraceful compared to yours. A quail doesn't have a tail, but the other birds don't laugh at them. They only laugh at you. Are all the other birds jealous, or do they laugh at you because your form is unsightly and your mind lacking in the skill, although you're still considered one of the 48 kinds of hawks? Or perhaps is your current unhappiness because of some